I am not very smart.
And I wanted to somehow earn money in some form of way where I didn't have to do mathematics or be very, very, very smart. And essentially I asked my mom and dad how to do that, and they said, well, musicians are perhaps the poorest people, but they get money for doing what they like. And I really wanted to be a rock star, and so it was that I became a opera singer, which made a lot of sense to me. And then after that, I met some guys that said, you should try playing the guitar, and so I did. And then this cartoon show came around that was really peculiar to me. And at first I hated it, and then I absolutely adored it. And then a week later, these guys popped up. And that's how I came to be.
I kind of just started music, like just playing piano when I was about 10, I think. Then I completely randomly decided that I wanted to learn the organ conservatory. Spent like 7 years. Decided to play guitar and then bass and then drums, but it's pretty much just what I did on the time I wanted to waste. And I got into the show, it's really nothing interesting actually. Just a typical story. Nothing to say. I come from a very musical family to begin with. My older brother took up the violin when he was, I want to say, 8 to 10. And just by me sharing the same room with him, I quickly learned how to appreciate classical music. And the joke failed. But, and after that, I decided to try and take up cello. Gave that up at around 6th grade when I picked up the trombone, went through high school with that, and by the end of the high school career I started to pick up guitar and just learned to play the music that I had more or less grown up listening to. I got one of the best classic rock educations just sitting in my dad's car, listening to Eagles, Jackson Brown, and a bunch of other love for Jackson Brown, and just listen, and most importantly, the Beatles, and then, like ED said, the show came up. I found out that there was a Beatles band, and I wanted in, and I'm glad that they let me in. So that brings us to today.
I also was always in a very musical family. Of course, my family would sing no matter whether they had a talent for it or not. But I happen to be an exception, and I'm fairly good at it. So I've always been interested in music. I played piano, taught myself how to play piano from a young age, learned some theory, and then from there I've just been branching out and trying to learn different instruments. It's just been a permeating part of my life is music. Yeah, that's it.
See, I'm just that guy. Like, I was singing in choir since 1st grade, and somewhere in middle school I decided I was sick and tired of not being popular, so I picked up the guitar.
Oh, that backfired. I'm sorry.
This is convention. Anyway, yeah, so I decided I wanted to be cool. I decided I was sick and tired of being, you know, that creeper in the back that everyone talked about and no one picked for the dodgeball teams and stuff. So we formed a band at the end of middle school. It actually went pretty well. We did shows throughout the Rhode Island music scene. I'm originally from Rhode Island. And that band kind of exploded, like in the bad way, right around the beginning of the Brony community. So I'd been writing music for a couple of years. I discovered that people were writing fan music, and I was like, well, I gotta try that. Found some competition online, and yeah, Tone Spirit started, you know, writing stuff for that because they were given themes every week to write about, and you know, then something broke out, and the rest of it is a painful, miserable history.
That's how we did it.
My father is a huge metaler guy, so naturally I grew up with Manowar and power metal and stuff like that, you know, doing the high, ridiculous 80s vocals, which I could never do until like a year ago.
Do some now, just do some now. Just make sure, come on.
Let me see, I think I just blew out my voice, but... we'll hear that on Saturday if I don't die. But yeah, so... Good. But actually, that's not what got me into music. I started playing saxophone in 4th grade, and I hated it. I was good at it, but I hated it. And then I liked video games a lot, though, like Final Fantasy VII. That's basically what got me into music, because I was looking at MIDIs from AOL about, like, looking at the MIDI staff paper, because I played saxophone, so I knew what staff paper was, and I showed my father the bass line from Final Fantasy IV's battle music, like Scott Pilgrim, and then he showed me Rush, and that's why I picked up bass, and that's another reason why I had the high vocals, and the rest is pretty much history. I did video game music rearranging for a while before the Brony community. I was bad at that. Because arranging things was a lot harder than writing your own stuff for me. So, and then I wrote a song called Millennium Alone because I was depressed one day, and Luna's awesome, and then now I'm here, pretty much.
So they told me to keep it brief.
Okay, so I was in choir for like 8 years, and I was damn good at it. And then I was all like, you know what? I can do more than just sing. I'm gonna go into jazz. So I joined jazz club, and then my jazz teacher told me that I had no future making any music whatsoever, and that I should give up everything. And so then I'm all like, well, you're a guy, so I'm gonna make my own crap. And so that's what I started writing. I was like, why are songs on the radio like 3 or 4 minutes long? And so I'm all like, I'm just going to write songs that are hours long. Because, that's my sort of thing. And then Ponies happened, and I'm listening to all the guys, and they're like, oh, they're pretty cool. And then I find this one jerk named Tarby, and and so it was all like, he wrote a concept album, and I'm like, I want to write a concept album. And it was all, so I found him, I chased him down, I stalked him. At BronyCon 3, I learned all his secrets, and then I wrote Nightfall, which was, if you don't know what that is, it was a 63-minute concept album. It was a 63-minute concept album, the longest concept album this band has seen. And I'm in the process of writing a longer one, and all this time it stems this entire way that I've gone into music and going to all these conventions and meeting with all the people and doing all the music is entirely out of spite for my high school jazz teacher.
Tarby was just shaking his head and hiding his face. It's like, what have I unleashed on the world? That was very fun. I actually have a question. I'm going to go ahead and actually direct this at the Beatle. Y'all are just spread out all over the place. I mean, Hergest, you're from France, and I mean, the rest of you, then you have Dylan who's from the States. I mean, just how did you guys go about, getting yourselves together like that? Because I mean, that's no easy task, especially.
We originally started on Pony Chat. That's where the idea started, and then we discovered Skype, and that made things a lot easier. But it's a little bit easier for a parody band because we have something to base our stuff on. We can all play along with the original masters, and then when everything comes together, it's all nice and synced. That it does make it easier, but it's still a lot of work getting a hold of people that are in different time zones, trying to get different tracks from different people. But the end product is pretty awesome. And then we get opportunities like this where we just come together and we we all come to the concerts
at this time, where were you?
We all come to the cons together and we just instantly mesh. When we came to BronyCon, me and qdbrony just instantly went into Daring Do, and it was as if we had been playing it for years. It was hilarious and awesome. It was, oh my gosh.
Actually, on the topic about working together with other musicians, I know a lot of you have collaborated with one another, and you collaborated with quite a number of people throughout the fandom, and I mean, just I know from personal experience dealing with people in other time zones, like working with people from like Australia and Europe can be a frustrating. Yeah, has that ever just like totally impeded the release of a track?
Wood and Toaster and I have been working on a collab for a year and a half.
Okay, it's Blaze. You kind of set that up on yourself.
I didn't know!
All right, going down the line,
Can I just hear a few words?
Thank you.
So me and Acoustic Brony did some stuff. We did this one song about an element of harmony or something, and that was tough, kind of, with having a really long, difference in time. But I found that Ed and Jimmy both from Acoustic Brony are able to sort of just like stay up all night. And I don't really know how they do that, because I would be like, oh yeah, it's like 11 o'clock here, and he's like, oh no dude, it's over like 4 a.m. over here, it's okay, we can keep working.
It's called insomnia.
Yeah, and I'm afraid that I'm enabling it. But I've never had a problem with working with either of them. Ed and Jimmy both are always there whenever I need to talk to them or need to deal with anything, and they're super fast, super professional. So luckily, I haven't had any issues with that as far as time zones and stuff, just because they're professional and around for that.
Actually, quick question in regards, because a lot of you guys, I know a lot of you play things like, bass guitar and all that kind of stuff. Is there any particular type of instrument that you just do most of the thing? Because I know one of you wanted to play the accordion, if I recall. We have Cyril. So I believe at one point you told me you wanted to play the accordion. Yes. Is there anybody on here, is there an instrument that you want to learn how to play?
Yeah, accordion.
Bagpipe.
I want to learn how to play the shamisen, which is a Japanese string instrument, because it's rad. Like Japanese, it got like its own natural distortion. It's amazing. I want to learn how to play it.
I actually really want to learn how to play the sitar. I was really into, if it wasn't like the Backstreet Boys, I was listening to like Pink Floyd and stuff like that, the more psychedelic stuff. And I was, sitar is always just, the way that it sounds, the way that it kind of harmonizes with itself, and what's it called? The overtones, thank you, and the sympathetic strings, thank you again. And it just sounds like a fascinating instrument, and the fact that you're able to play it in quarter tones as opposed to a guitar's half steps, as in most of Western music, is also completely utterly fascinating to me. So if I ever get the money to buy like a cheap one, I'm definitely going to try one. Then again, I've been trying to learn the flute for the past 6 months, and that hasn't panned out.
Play the recorder, it's the same thing.
No, what we really need is like the double bass, because that's big and bigger than anything else. And I saw this one guy in the punk band that could literally stand on top of the thing and play, because it's just so big. And who doesn't love like just a big instrument you just slam your face into?
See, that's the problem. I don't have space. I'm a bass player. Can't do double bass.
In regards to you guys' work, I know a lot of musicians will post work in progresses for songs that mysteriously disappear without any sort of, looking at you, Tarby. How many pieces, like if you could just ballpark it, how many pieces of each of you guys probably scrapped from when you started your music to now? We'll go ahead and start with Mando, if that's okay.
Probably, if you were to go through like my files and like see the number of things of like acoustic idea 1, acoustic idea 2, electric idea, new vinyl scratch idea, I probably have like 50 or 60 things that I've never actually finished. But it's funny what you mentioned where it's like putting out, a work in progress sort of thing. I personally don't do that because I find that will sometimes kill my drive to even finish it. Because sometimes, for me, the really cool thing is just to, and this is why I have a really big problem with like making something in a day and then I shove it out there without it really being finished, because it's just getting it out there and getting people to listen to it. That's the really exciting thing for me. So like I think that if I put out like a work in progress, that sort of, it's like, okay, we'll listen to that, people can listen to it, and then I lose the drive to finish it. So I think what I need to work on more is just spending more time on music and not doing that sort of thing. That's just my take on it.
As a fan,
I agree pretty much with Mando here. I have 13 songs out on the YouTube so far, and I have 73 in my library that I've never finished. And that's just, if it's not quality enough, then you scrap it. Like, you want to deliver a good product, and you want people to like what you make. So, if you are self-critic enough, you will see whenever you think something's not good enough, and then you'll scrap it. Then, perhaps in the future, you find a solution to the problem, and you fix it. But for most part, there's just a lot of songs that you got scrapping. It can be a real pain in the butt, to be honest.
The thing with making songs is the way I pretty much work all the time is I have like thousands of songs I'm working on, lots of projects, and I give up like 99% of them. So in the end, I still get some songs, but yeah, actually most of the stuff I kind of think about doing or start doing, and I'm giving up. It's just the way I work. I don't know. I always had like a bunch of projects of like albums to do. I wanted to do some. Last year, I wanted to do some operatic thing. I started writing the score and some lyrics, but I just forgot about it and never went back to it. So yeah, that's just the way I work. So yeah, I really have lots and lots and lots of songs that I will never release. I don't have a solo pony career, so I won't really comment on that. On terms of the Beatle-bronies, we've got so many songs in a backlog right now that hey, it'd be a really good idea to finish, but you know, real life tends to sort of intervene in that thing, and the whole logistics of organizing 7 or 8 people into trying to make things. That being said, the fact that we've released so many songs as we've had is a bit impressive.
testament to your tenacity.
I'll go with that, testament to our tenacity.
Yes.
Yeah, I almost couldn't get that out. That's what she said.
Yeah.
We have a bad joke, meme, Mondo, whatever you want to call it, and every time I say something, I just stick $1 in there. And who said that?
All right.
You stick a 20 in there right now. That's horrible.
I've got about like a dozen ideas that I've been trying to throw myself around, but it just doesn't work. I've been trying to write a barbershop song. I've been trying to write different punk rock songs. I want to write about Equestria, the concept album. It just, nothing has ever come together. But sometimes they just don't. You just gotta wait for it. Gosh darn it. My favorite phrase. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta wait on it. Sometimes you just gotta sit on an idea and wait for it to come to you. I tend to come up with choruses really easy. Writing the rest of the song, not so well. No.
Dylan, I'm expecting you to be broke by the end of this panel.
Yeah. Can I still look the mic again? Okay, I just wanted to say,
Any other musicians out there, like if you do have a ton of like songs that you never finish, definitely do save them. Don't throw them out because you never know whenever you can go back later and get inspiration from them again.
Yeah, or reuse like parts of an old idea to add on to a new idea.
Exactly. You never know how you may inspire yourself later on. You never saw before, so don't get frustrated if that happens. Save it all.
You have no idea on how many famous songs, like songs you will love, are in the end just recycled ideas. I get a lot of songs that are pretty much just like a piece of thing that I wrote when I was 14, something that I wrote like the day before. And there are really a lot of songs, like songs you will love, and hear all the time, you feel like I really well composed and like we're all made in one go. They're actually not. A lot of every music is just recycled stuff from the games or the childhood or whatever. So yeah, never throw anything.
Yeah, I don't throw anything out. I've got a folder of guitar code files which is reaching somewhere around 4,000. But like I literally throw nothing away. If I have an idea for a riff or an idea for lyrics, I'll end up just writing it down on the notepad because I mean, if you know my music, my songs are just a collection of random riffs anyway.
How do you keep track of that?
I don't. I kind of just mash it together. Yeah, I kind of just mash it together, see if it sounds good, and it's somewhat passable. I put it online and go, hey guys, look what I wrote. But like in terms of songs that are like at least somewhat finished, right now I've got about 30 or 40 in the works, you know, everything from Forever Broken to a parody called Rock You Like a Twerk-a-Cane to,
Could you repeat that? Did you say rock it like a twerk-a-cane?
Rock You Like a Twerk-a-Cane.
I love you. Wait, words cannot describe how badly I want you to release that song now.
And yeah, right down to a collab with you, which I still have the stems for.
Which I'm very excited about, by the way, because Shamrock is here so we can work with him.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know, I just have a really, really, really bad time. I'm a songboarder, so, you know, my strange addiction.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, so in my case, I write songs in roughly 15 minutes. Just me on guitar or bass or whatever instrument, or sax, for some sax, so cool. But like, so I have a skeleton. I have about 60 skeletons of songs that I think are really decent on my computer. The problem is I'm really lazy, and I hate programming drums. And guess what I need to do first in order to finish the song? Yeah. Program the drums. You know why Millennium One actually got finished? Because only half of it is drums. So I only had to do half the work, and the rest of it was just guitar layering, which I can do in like an hour. Yeah, but I'm also really selfish and narcissistic about my music. I hate collabing. Don't tell no one. I heard that. Don't tell no one!
So I'm just gonna take this mic out of this. There we go. So something like, so the question was about like, what do you stems and what do you throw away and stuff like that.
Just how many, like,
how many
like,
songs?
Yeah, like how many.
That's the beautiful thing. I've got unfinished tracks. All my fans, the few that I have, know that I have literally 5 concept albums in the works right now. All of them which are about 45 minutes to an hour and a half long. And so I know exactly how everything is going to play out, and all the stems for all those, and all the stems. If I just mess around on the internet, just with stems and just working together, then I just keep them all in a little folder, and then the beautiful thing is, so far right now I'm at 0 because all the stems of just random ideas I had, I was just able to publish into the album I released a week ago, and it went great. And so as of like finished, yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know how he does it. Albums are hard. So I mean, as musicians, you all obviously have your strengths, whether it be singing, instrument playing, whatever. What is the hardest thing for you as a musician? And we'll start with the last ones.
Programming drums.
Programming drums. And am I the only one that thinks this is really easy?
Well, it's not so much the laziness, it's just I find it tedious. I have a hard time singing. I actually really am bad at singing. I pretend like I'm good, but I, like, Melodyne is my friend.
It's called cheating, I'm sorry. We're not perfect, as much as you want us to be.
If you've listened to any song made in the last 20 years, it's not gold.
Okay, fair.
Sorry, it's just the way it is. Even before digital effects and stuff, like there were things that you could like stretch out the tape and everything.
Thank you for saving my voice. Hardest thing for me would be just finishing the track really, mixing and mastering really. I kind of like the tedious stuff in programming jobs. I'm kind of, but it can be fun, but it is also tedious. But you're probably just like mixing and mastering is already something.
Yeah, for me, it's something entirely non-musician related. It's about not making my neighbors really, really angry. Because I live in an apartment, and whenever I mix loud, and whenever I sing even louder. And having knocks on the wall is not good to have in a track.
Yeah.
So it's about finding a place for me to be able to actually record my songs.
It's actually, joke aside with the whole programming drum things, I think my biggest issue is keeping it concise. I mean, again, you listen to my stuff, the reason I wrote Something Broke was that it's kind of you know, a troll song to get back at people saying that I was the dude who wrote the 20-minute songs and stuff. So it's, I don't know, whenever I get a song that's particularly long, I kind of look at it and go, ah, crap, I feel like I should shorten this. And then I just feel guilty about taking stuff out, which is why I really need a producer, to be honest. I'm bad at that stuff.
I think the hardest thing for me is like to sing, but like not in terms of notes and stuff like that, in terms of accent. Because I am French, and the French accent is incredibly the French accent is incredibly hard to get rid of when you're speaking English. It's really like one of the hardest transition from one English to another to do. And so I would like record a track like trying to focus so hard on the accent, like trying to pronounce every word correctly, and then when I post it on YouTube, people go like, oh, you got a funny accent, hey, I like your accent, hey, what's this accent? I can't understand anything.
Why not?
What song? I don't know les tornades sanglantes élevées, les tornades sanglantes élevées, entendez-vous dans nos campagnes? Thank you.
No, I don't. So having worked with as many people as I know a lot of you guys have, is there like anyone in particular that you are like dying to collab with or having a lot of interest in collabing with in the future? No. You?
I want to collab with you because that would bring subscribers.
No. You can have them. Take my YouTube.
Quite honestly, I mean, I'm already collected that guy, though. I want to collaborate with General Mumble, and the reason being is because his stuff, yeah, right, his stuff is just so groovy, and he cranks out songs about as fast as I write them. So he actually produces them. I just let them sit up there every day. But like, I literally like his. I feel like if he made something, you would not be able to stop your feet from tapping. It would be so amazing. And I wouldn't probably have my voice on it, so it'd even be better.
You pop a saxophone in there, right?
What?
Pop a saxophone in there, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh my gosh. I need to start using my sax more. I wish I could have brought it here, but...
Yeah, you can play this little soulful tune during this panel. Just background music. We are just so great at staying on topic.
Yeah. I would love to collab with just about anybody, but the thing is that my style is very Australian pop rock, and I can't find anyone that plays the same style. And I really want to.
Why look for somebody to play the same style? Make something new, mash stuff together.
Well, if there's anyone that wants to, well, come and like surprise me.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's do it.
Got it. Well, I've not been with this French guy because he's a European and luckily so am I. Or yeah, and that means he's in the same time zone. That's also an issue. Is that usually when people actually try to contact me, I'm usually face first into my bed. So, but yeah, collabs I would love to, but it's really hard getting in touch with people.
Just be like Ed and Jimmy and not sleep. I like sleeping.
No, you know, I noticed a good deal of the European musicians just having their Skypes. They don't sleep. They don't. They'll be out there, they'll be like 6 a.m. where you are, they'll be awake, they'll be like 11 in the afternoon, 6 a.m. They're just like, are you tired? No, not yet.
The thing with collabs, I think I get very good to like do little, at least tiny collaborations with like some of the people who I mostly wanted to. Like I knew I wanted some saxophone from Cyril because it's so fucking awesome, and I did. I always like one of the very first musicians in the fandom who I really enjoyed and listened to all of his stuff was Replacer. Yeah. And we got him onto our songs on. Mother Nature's Son.
Mother Nature's Princess of
the Sun and Daring Do. And he sang Princess of the Sun. It was beautiful. He's got an amazing voice. Apart from that, I always wanted to like find some people who could play classical music, could play violins, cello side. And I recently found, recently 6 months ago, found a channel of probably anyway. She's like a very young girl. She plays violin, cello, alto, contrabass, and everything. She does amazing tracks, like all orchestra she recorded a Beatle set. And I was amazed. I was amazed by it, and I really, really wanted to collab with her. I just YouTube, hey, want to collab? Sure, cool. And so she played like the strings on my ride with her, which is one of my silly songs. And yeah, so I was great. That is actually it seems pretty easy to collab with people, at least except like very, very big names who are always very, very easy. But like, yeah, most of the people, you can just kind of ask on YouTube, hey, you want to collab? I like your stuff. And most people will at least pay attention to you and you're like, I can give a second try.
Really quick, shout outs to Replacer, by the way. Seriously, man, because I know big shout outs to Replacer, man.
I mean, I do see where you're coming from there, Hergest, but like, I've actually run into the problem recently where a lot of people are like, hey, could you do X for me? Like guitar, bass, vocals. Everybody wants me to sing R&B. Anyway, and so, but I have to be like, no, dude, I'm sorry, I have like this list of projects that I need to get through, and I know myself, if I get distracted, another reason why I never finish anything. I will just start working on that, and then everything else will get out of deadlines.
And you should sing on the track.
Go away. See, this is why Cyril and I never did anything. You know, we spent, what, 2.5 hours and we wrote 2 bars of lyrics, I think it was?
Yeah, we probably should like walk.
Yeah, for those, just so you know, 90% of the musicians in this band have terrible work ethics, so that's why there's not a lot of content usually from a lot of us.
Yay!
I would love to work with Silva, Hound. And yes, that's what happened. I would love to work with Aviators. Where he is, I think he's one of the best ones. Yeah, there you are. Yes. And I would love to write something for Prince Whatever or just in some time, because I think he's got one of the best voices in this entire family. He's so good. So yeah, seriously, like that's my wish list for the moment.
Yeah. I want to collab with Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails.
Yes. Well,
I want to collaborate with Rush, just the entirety of Rush. Can they contact me? Can anybody get in hold of them, please? Please?
Bale Fleck?
Victor won't teach me your skills.
And any more?
just dig into it.
Okay, well, okay. Of all the people that I want to collab with, Tarby, we have to do something. It's been like 2 years. I know you're lazy. That's no excuse. Music will live on, but more or less like that. With people I won't work with. Oh man, Hergest Ridge. Oh, actually, you know what? Just all the people. Oh man, I'm totally up for just doing something amazing. It'd be great.
Okay, and I think of you. Last question for now before we start taking audience Q&A. By the way, if you want to ask any of them a question, just feel free to line up right behind me and scare the crap out of me when I turn around. To each and every one of you, because I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot in the works, is there anything in particular that you're excited about that you're getting potentially close to releasing, or anything you want to hype up a little bit? Because if you want to pull out, now's the time.
I'm gonna plug my album I just released that I'm psyched about. I'm gonna be playing a couple songs from it. It doesn't recycle much, and it's a really kind of heavy and dark album. I was kind of in a bad mood when I wrote it. So it's got like 3 dude. It's actually just an all-around cool sound. It's very sparse and dark and stuff. So if you're into that metal-y stuff, it's called Searching. It's on my Bandcamp. So Searching Cyril.
I've got this awesome country song I'm working on with this guy named Mike the Microphone. Hopefully that'll be out soon.
Yes, no joke. We are literally doing a country song that could not be more stoked. It's a country song.
You sang it every through my quest, give me chills.
Yeah, briefly, yeah.
I'm currently working on a Rainbow Rooted song. That's really going to be really special to me because it's actually going to include all of you guys. Because I'm going to be trying to perform it on tomorrow night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to record you all the audience, singing along with me. I got some cool crowd vocal parts. When I record those, I'm going to put them into the track. Yes. So if the song is on Rainbow Rooted, you guys will be on Rainbow Rooted with me. So that'd be awesome.
So I don't know. Just like Cyril just said that he released an album. Exciting stuff. I just released an album a week ago. It's like I already said it or something. If you're into like movie scores or soundscapes, Rarity of Ratchet State of Mind. It's probably my favorite album that I've done so far, and that's not counting all the ones that I haven't finished.
It's free.
By the way, Dylan, my scarf looks good.
Just because I don't have a solo career with ponies doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have a solo career. And I just released this nice shiny new EP with a crane on the cover, and it's even called Crane. What a coincidence! I have copies of these if you're interested. It's sort of eclectic. It ranges from there's this Delta Blues song that opens it, sort of like a Benz era Radiohead track, British Invasion, and then just straight up pop, you know. So if you're interested, just hunt me down, and I'd be even happy to sign them for you. So shameless plug over. Moving on.
Yeah, just quick. I also have physicals of mine. I just didn't bring any, so just hit me up whenever.
Recently, no, I haven't actually been doing much stuff in terms of building pony music recently either. I'm kind of working on like some jazz song. I'm still looking for a female vocalist because I cannot sing jazz for my life. Okay, if you want. What? So yeah, I'm still looking to finish the actual track, and apart from that, I've just been working on an album, basically just my own album of non-pony music. Just some, I don't know, kind of psychobilly rock alternative kind of thing. Kind of undefined sound, just
my current project is a pure blues song, like really old school, because so far all our music is very newborn, I think metal and hard rock especially. And I kind of miss that old feel to blues. So I'm going to try at least that and see if that can make anyone interested in trying to listen to old blues, because it's really some amazing piece of music you can pull out.
Right now, I'm waiting on vocals to be returned back from Andrew Lippman on a collaboration that we're doing, and she said that after the convention would probably be whenever that would come about, and I'm really excited to get that one out. And over the next few days after the con, I'll be scoring the fan-made episode of Double Rainbow, and I'm really, really excited. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And so I'm really happy to be doing that, and of course, after I get moved into Phoenix, I'll go next. And once I get into there, I think that me and Acoustic Brony may be doing a couple more elements.
That's all. Big man.
And again, one last thing, by the way, I'm going to ask one last question. Again, if you audience wants to ask any questions, just line up back here next to Clicker if you go and play really quick. Line up right next to her if you want to ask any questions to these guys. To aspiring musicians out there, just what in your opinion, I guess the question is, what do you think makes a good song, and what would you say to up-and-coming musicians in the fandom as far as, like, what advice would you give them?
If you love it, then do it.
Yeah, just do it. Yes. Don't let anybody stop you, don't let your own time stop you, just do it.
Yeah. What makes a good song is just how your audience reacts to it. Even if you want to make a song, You want to, I lost train of thought.
If you put the passion into your work and you have fun with it, then it shows and everyone else will enjoy it. So just do it.
And one more just quick technical note, structure. Always pay attention to structure. I'm not kidding you, that's just really important. And you have structure too.
Yeah, you need to have fun doing what you do. Like, it's not only about music, but anything you like. But in music, if you feel like, well, I don't want to do it, but it's probably what everybody will like, then you shouldn't do it yourself. Because, like, I play blues, and if I want to get a lot of blues, I could make a lot of electronic music or and a lot of important, but I like doing all blues, so I will do all blues, and that should go for anybody who wants to do music. If it's good to your ear, then it's good to you.
I don't know. I think like a good advice, like to anybody who wants to make music, I think it's kind of to be able to have different sets of mind when you're making a song. I mean, I know that when I'm working on a song, I generally change between two states of mind. The first one is I am the best musician that ever came on this planet, and I am saving the world from bad music. And the second is I am the worst musician on this planet, and it should be a crime for me to even hold or look at an instrument. And the thing is, you need a bit of the two, because first, when you get to make a song, you get to think, my song is amazing, I have to record it right now. People have to hear it, you just have to. And then you have to be able to look at it and think, this is terrible, but not in a way that like stops you from doing stuff. You kind of have to be able to like look at your stuff and think, this is bad, but I can fix it. And that's kind of essential, because everybody can look at something they've done, like a drawing, and everybody can do that, but actually look at the drawing and think, okay, it's because the leg is too short, the hand is not here, proportion is not here. This is actually way harder, and this is, I think, what makes, well, maybe not too good, but at least a productive musician. And it's a really good way to, at least you can feel happy about your own stuff this way, because you can actually feel like you didn't make a good song just randomly. Because this doesn't feel good, just like, I'm just thinking, just randomly thrown a song, it just happened to be good, it's not me who's talented, I just was lucky. It feels really good to just work on a song, actually structure it, and think of every single part, and then it sounds good to you, and you think, it sounds good because of my work, because of, not just because of something. So I guess, so I guess you kind of have to be able to, switch between different states of minds, and just don't give up on the track, like we said earlier.
Also, don't be necessarily afraid to challenge yourself. My songwriting background originates from a contest called Masters of Song Food. It's sort of like Iron Chef. You're presented with a challenge, and you've got a week or so to produce a recording. And the challenges were basic, from write a happy song and write a song with this title, to complex ones where you had to write as a first-person song from the point of view of an inanimate object, to writing a song that's exactly 1 minute long. And those are tough. It allows you to sort of think, okay, this can work, this doesn't, back and forth. Just sort of try and experiment. And even if they just end up on your computer or never to see the light of day, fine. At least it will help you exercise those muscles.
And in terms of like challenging yourself, like you said, I think it also works for like musical styles. Like just trying to, you don't have to post to just post the stuff you do. But at least if you feel like you're, I don't know, like I'm mostly, I'm mostly a classical musician. I don't have any classical music on my channel. That's another story. But I'm mostly comfortable with like producing rock and stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like just to keep myself interested in the music, I feel like, well, I should do like a country song, or like kind of just for the heck of saying, if you could do it, and then if it doesn't work, you can just throw it away or like rework it later. But I think it's good to just like try to yeah, just try to do new stuff. Even if it's going to be terrible, everybody can make terrible stuff. It's not. It doesn't seem to be matter.
That means you next to one. It's not much to you.
Say something.
The question goes to you, sir.
Love what you do, and do what you like.
Never give up, never surrender.
Join the herd. Okay. I'm sure they're burning to ask questions. Oh yeah, he's so patient. Come on, guys.
Alright, so we're going to go to the audience questions now.
What's up, guys?
Hey!
Alright, you got, I'm Kevin.
Kevin.
Wait, you guys obviously spend hours in the studio, you know, mastering your tracks.
No, we spend hours in our basements.
Or the largest room of my apartment.
Alright, my question is, where do you guys, you know, see yourself like performing in the future? Like, where is it for you? Like, whether it's
Yeah. And then BronyCon, we haven't thought that much further beyond that.
We're musicians performing in Vegas. I can't really think of.
We're musicians in Vegas. Like, that is a holy grail for musicians. The fact that we are here is just mind-boggling to me, and it still hasn't fully sunk in. I'm probably gonna like wake up a week ago and be like,
Yeah, I'm personally just waiting for the ensuing panic attack tomorrow morning. It's going to be fantastic. Come up to my room. I'm on the 46th floor. You'll hear me sobbing down the hallway.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
thanks, Kevin.
Ron, you guys are awesome. You do what you do.
Woo!
Callie!
I know you. Hey, I'm musician coordinator person. How's it going?
Hi. She coordinated all of us.
Yes.
I know I know a lot about you because I've done research to make you come here. But what I don't know, I want to know badly, and it should be like a one-song answer from everybody. I want to know what the most embarrassing thing is you have on your MP3 player right now. And don't hold back. You don't have to play it. I just want to know it, who it's by, and why you have it.
I'm a Barbie girl by Axel.
You have to look at it. The one thing you don't want anybody to see that you have.
Very precise though.
Yeah, I am too.
I think the most embarrassing part about it that is on my phone, I only have my works. And that's embarrassing enough.
And I think the most embarrassing thing on my own phone is that I have his songs. All of them. All of them.
I don't know who does it, but that Chicken on a Raft song. Like
Sing it, Tarby.
No, not happening. Just go on Google, type in Chicken on a Raft, and see how long you can listen to it.
Well, I don't really have anything embarrassing on my MP3 player other than my own music. One of those songs is The Party Hasn't Finished. And the embarrassing part about that is that I did not write the lead line for that. This guy did. I accidentally stole it.
Yeah, I sent him a demo before BronyCon and of some like little synth line I had. And I had it was the second thing I'd written in the fandom under the Tarby name, and I said, I was like, I want to do something with this. And I sent him the demo, and like at BronyCon, he's like, oh, hey, by the way, I accidentally stole your song. But it's cool.
Yeah, the most embarrassing thing on my iPod is actually something. The reason it's embarrassing is because it's actually by me, and I don't know why I still have it on there. I did a one-time collab with a house dude, and I wrote a song where I sing entirely like this, and I used the word sleazier and cheesier in my rhyme scheme, and it was awful, and I don't know why I still have it.
My most embarrassing song, a product of the 80s, Got My Mind Set on You, the cover by George Harrison. It is so it's a cliche. I just remember it so much, and the sad thing is I love George Harrison. But that song, I can do without it, but I still have it. I don't know why.
I'm gonna change my answer. Like a Virgin by Madonna.
Okay, that's not even embarrassing. This is a good song.
I know it is! Thank you!
Really quick to the musicians, just short, concise answers.
Yeah, need to wrap up. There's this unfinished song by the acoustic Brony called Wet Berry, and we haven't finished it. That's how embarrassed I am.
It makes you feel any better. The most embarrassing song I have online is Pants on the Ground. And yes, I listened to that song unironically, and I'm proud to say that.
Hi, Puzzle.
Hi, Puzzle.
Yeah, I'm Puzzle Plate, the lead organizer of the Brony Phoenix, and I have a question for Lost Boss. What's with the instruments you got there?
And then I talk for him. So I'm just walking around in Target, and then I just see literally the greatest instrument that has ever been forged by man, and that is a cat piano. And over the course of the last 8 months, it has become the only thing that I've ever known for in this entire fandom. For your contacts library, and make a song with it and send it to me. Oh man, do it.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hey guys, how's it going? So my question is for Andy. Oh my god, dude.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so anyway, yeah, real time. I was you made With a Sister with Anne. I told you once on my live stream that I played it in the car with my sister who recently moved to LA, and now we kind of had a little moment. It's like, oh, with a sister kind of thing. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to let you know that I linked her to that. I'm like, hey, go to this moment, and you'll hear it. And then we got a whole bit of people are like, oh, well, you can my description. And she's like, dude, Anthony, you're like the best little brother ever. And I want to thank you for that. And also, thank you. Around what time? Around when are you planning on moving to Phoenix? Because we're going to Phoenix. Would love to have you in the meetup.
Well, thank you so much. It's really kind of tough to say. It looks like anywhere from the next 2 to 3 weeks to possibly over the next 2 months. It's we're in the process of looking. So, but sometime soon we'll be in there. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to our music. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hey you all. My question for you is, have any of you been to Argentina?
Not yet.
I plan to sometime.
Any of you?
Never. No, but I want to.
Yes? Brony?
Someday. I want to see Argentina.
Well, we have 300 bronies over there. So.
All right, well, if I can somehow get myself down there, I'll let you know.
Okay, see you. Thank you.
I was just curious if you guys have anybody that you use as test audiences before you release your music.
Each other.
Yeah, each other, and I almost always send my stuff to Forrest Grady, who's not here, but he is my bros. Yeah, I love Forrest Grady. Okay, thank you.
I actually, there's a dude in the audience over there I send my stuff to all the time. Stand up, man. Stand up. Like him, he's kind of like my personal test audience. Give him a round of applause. That and the best way says I put demos online all the time because I can't keep the secret.
Hola, I'm JJ. I know some of you guys. I was wondering first, This could be a long-winded question, but in the moments that you do find yourself stuck on a song, what are just some things that you do to get out of that?
There are generally two options open. Either A, you set it aside just so that you can clear your brain and hopefully allow something to come in. Or B, you soldier on and try your best to finish it because darn it, that's what you're going to do. And both methods work equally well to equally varying degrees.
I usually just go write another song, preferably one that makes me scream.
When I'm working on music and I come to a road end, I generally remember that I haven't eaten in 24 hours. So he knows the story. So I kind of set myself down and eat something, and then all these ideas pop back into my head.
That was just me at this con. I was like,
funny.
Funny.
It's like funny how you need to eat.
Funny How You Need to Eat is the name of my Carpenter's cover band.
One thing that I do when I'm kind of stuck is that I'm usually inspired by a particular artist when I'm writing a song. And what I'll do if I'm stuck on my song, I will listen to one of their albums all the way through. I won't skip any of the songs I'm not particularly a fan of. I'll listen to every different song, and just the way a single band can make different songs sound different ways helps me to be able to see different ways I can play my song, and it just makes that easier.
I usually just listen to Nine Inch Nails and find something else I can rip off, so.
Yeah, essentially, if you ever get stuck on a song, I personally put it aside because that's a clear sign that you're having a blockage. And the great thing otherwise is, for example, Hergest usually does that. I would sit my half-finished song and be like, what should I do next? What feels natural for you? And I'll take his into consideration and see if I can see from his point of view. So getting stuck is, for me personally, usually a sign that you should steady yourself like a bit. Don't ever rush things out. That'll just make bad calls, and don't do that.
For me, usually I'll just keep going with it and hope that what I come up with later on is something worth salvaging. Because if you're working on a song and you really don't like what you've done so far, but you do finish it, there might be something at the end there that you kind of take as that you can do, or just scrap it and then start again. But I mean, a lot of times you won't have the luxury to get a roadblock, especially if you're working on a really tight schedule or something. So you just gotta, deadlines are really good for inspiration. And sometimes you just put out there, and a lot of times I think just don't be too hard on yourself and don't give up too quickly, because all art is ugly before it's beautiful. And it takes some time to get to that. I didn't really even like Kindness until the second listen all the way through. By the time I was finished with it, and then I realized, oh, there is a good song here, and I thought so. So don't give up.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're getting something out of it, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, any closing statements from any of you?
We love you all, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think I can just speak for all of it. If you listen to our music and just support us and spread the word of us around, we love you more than you can know.
I consider each and every one of you my friends. So, yeah.
Group hug.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the acoustic.
With the exception of Mando, all of us are going to be performing on Saturday night. Mando's performing tonight. That was good. Feel free to mob the acoustic musician.
Everybody love them! Everybody stick around though, we got the electronic musicians going up in 5 minutes, and we'll have a second panel for those musicians.
I'm gonna
got the electronic musicians up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your waiting music, courtesy of the Cat Piano.
The little kitty forgot how to meow. All it can say now, all it can say now.
Somebody please take this Cat Piano away from me. Somebody please just take this away from me. Thank you. No, let go, let go. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who stuck around, welcome back. And for those of you just joining us, welcome. This is the electronic segment of the musicians panel.
Yeah.
And joining us on stage right now, we have, going from left to right, Mr. Fenning.
Shalom.
Omnipony. Hello. Taps.
Hey.
Aviators.
Hello.
Silva Hound. Ibeabronyrapper. Hello. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Travis, aka Odyssey Eurobeat. All right, guys, I know you guys have been sitting back here anxiously. I know Fenning wanted to tell his life story, being from Argentina.
Well, you know, actually, it's a funny story. When I was born, let's see here.
We
This is about
discussed
a
this.
2-hour
No,
story, by the
no,
way.
no, cutting you off right there. No, but in all seriousness, I'm going to go ahead and just ask the same first question I asked the acoustic guys. What got you into music, and more specifically, electronic music? Like, did you pursue acoustic originally, or did you just delve straight into the world of electronic?
All right, this is going to be really short, actually. When I was born, and I know that sounds crazy, my dad he just made me listen to all this crazy stuff, and like the first album I ever listened to was like Nirvana when I was like 2 months old. And my dad apparently hates me or something, but I just kept listening to that, and then in 2001, my dad came home with this album that said Daft Punk on it, and I was like, what's this? And he's just like, listen to this, and it was so cool. It was just so cool. And, hey, you shush. Yeah, so I just kept listening to that, and then like 2 years ago, I just really randomly got into like hardcore and more house and dubstep, and I just pulled up GarageBand one day, and I was like, I'm gonna remix Alex S. And then I did, and I regretted it ever since.
Well played. Good job, guys.
Okay, this is also gonna be short. My brother was into electronic music before I was. He's 27, and when I was about 8 to 9, he introduced me to The Prodigy, and that's how I got started, you know, knowing electronic music. And then from there, it just kind of evolved. I really liked trance and techno when I was younger, and then I just kind of grew on to more EDM-styled house, dubstep, kind of like his story. And my brother kind of evolved into rap and whatever the heck he does now. So, yeah, my brother's to blame for all this electronic stuff. No, not Alex S. My biological brother, Christopher.
I just listened to a lot of like EDM, and then I got bored one day, and then I just started making it.
I pretty much just had a background in rock pretty much until I found ocremix.com. And then, thank you. And then I just realized, wow, electronic music is pretty amazing. And after a while, I, picked up GarageBand, like you, Fenning, and I, started making it. I started composing, started throwing stuff together, making synths, and here I am today.
Final draft. Final draft. Come here. Get him.
While we wait.
Yeah, come here. Yeah, come here.
Brony, Jesus calls you.
Come here. Tell everybody.
Dude, I have no idea.
everybody-
Ask Silva.
Tell everybody how I got started. How you got started? Yeah.
Somebody give Mike a mic.
Somebody give Mike a mic. And you said that? Mike the mic said somebody give Mike
just
a
breaking
mic.
all the rules today.
I'm just gonna, okay. How Silva got started? Okay, Silva got started like this. Little known fact about Silva Hound is he actually works on a horse ranch. And back about, 3-4 years ago, he was, you know what you do in a horse ranch where you shovel, but you also sweep the hay. He was sweeping the hay out of like the trough or whatever it is, and he heard this noise. He heard this noise and he didn't know where it was coming from. So he puts down his he told me this many times, while drunk, so you know it's true. He puts down the broom and he hears it again. And he notices it's coming from more than one of the, what are they called, stalls? Or what is it?
Stables. Just
Stables?
one of the stalls in the stable,
the
yeah.
building's a stable. And that's when he realized that every pony was banging.
Okay, can somebody bring...
When that happened,
Hold up,
he was inspired. He was inspired to make music.
Draft. Put a 20 in that cup right now. I'm not even joking. You know,
I don't have cash.
Put your wallet in. We'll take your card. Put your wallet in. You've lost your privileges for the con.
I don't know, okay. You guys asked me for the truth. He's going to give you some story about being inspired by the show, or that he's always liked electronic music, that he's put his heart into what he... That's all garbage.
Yeah.
It's how I told you. And that's why whenever I see Silva, I show my affection by, making this noise, and reminding him where he started. And I think you guys should do the same. I'm sorry, Silva.
Silva, you understand.
Thank you so much.
Silva, you understand that now every con you go to, people are gonna be like, "Hey, Silva."
I know, right? Like, and it's like all my fault too.
Silva,
I gotta say,
pass the popcorn.
Just
pass
draft.
the popcorn.
And
Silva.
that's how I got started.
Draft. I gotta tell you really quick. Draft. Mike. Really quick, I gotta tell you, good job on killing every pony's banging even more than you already have. Like, I'm impressed. I'm not even angry at this point.
So these guys have been I've been at almost all the conventions, right? And they can tell you that behind the scenes, without end, I've been harassing this poor guy with puns at all times. At all times. So you guys may not have seen this, but that's the history here. All right, anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, final draft of EFR.
So, for me, I was unprepared for gym one day, and I had always liked rap, and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I have some beats. Do you want to rap?" I'm like, okay. And then after that, I just started writing, and that's really it.
Oh boy, let's see. My dad listened to Kraftwerk's The Mix basically every couple of times a month. My mom would listen to Mannheim Steamroller around Christmas time. My dad's very best friend would listen to The Prodigy. And then later on in life, I discovered this crazy 4-arrow dancing machine thing that had very strange music that was both very silly and very musical at the same time. And I wanted to replicate that, and then I did. And then ponies, and then now I'm here.
Really quick, Euro actually, for those of you who do not know, Euro's music was recently featured in Initial D, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. What's it? When the Sun Goes Down, under the name Ken Blast, is in the anime, and the song The Top, also by Ken Blast, is in the game. I believe, what are they on now, like 6 or 7? The latest, whichever one that is. But yeah, check those out. I actually do other stuff than ponies, so definitely please check that out.
Please.
It's such a competitive field for electronic musicians in this fandom, and I think all of you will attest to that on more than one point. What is it that you think makes electronic music so generally diverse, but still so competitive and
bass?
Yeah.
Why don't we start with your
next question?
No, but seriously, just what is it about electronic music for you that just draws you in more than any other type of music? Like, what drew you into the particular genre that you do?
I think for electronic music in general, it's the fact that you get these sounds, these just elements of audio that you just can't get from a live instrument. And there's nothing against live instruments at all, but there's very few things that can replicate like a thick super saw you know, or like a square wave, or you know that. I mean, other than a didgeridoo, there's not much that can get like sort of thing. That's always drawn me in. As for sort of it being a competitive field, I think the ease of access to programs like GarageBand or Reaper or some of these free programs is really attractive. It gets people in, and you know, electronic music is what's in right now. You know, we've got all the big names that are, well, you know the ones. It's attractive. It's easy to find, and it's a lot of fun to make. So I think that's part of what draws people in, and the more people come in, the more competition by default. So I think that's what I think contributes to that.
I think it's mostly just like a thing with innovation and being different and being original. Like that's like in the, I can't believe I want to say this, EDM community. That's a stupid name. I'm just sorry. But in the EDM community, you know, being different and being original, you know, being a standout is just, you know, a common thing among producers. So, you know, people would, you know, experiment with whatever programs they had, whatever sounds they had, and, you know, just, you know, making something that they haven't heard before, you know, and because, trust me, I'm pretty sure no one here has ever heard anything like 100 Waters before. Who in here has heard of 100 Waters? Okay, that's sad. Well, you guys need to check out your music. But yeah, it's just a thing of, I see you, Bray. It's just a thing of innovation and a thing of being different and just being interesting. And I think that's just part of the driving force.
I mean, what sets electronic music apart from a lot of other music is that you are not limited by physical instruments. The limitation in that is you hear a guitar, it's a guitar. You recognize the instrument, that's what it sounds like. You can put filters on it, you can put it through an amplifier, it's still a guitar. It's always going to sound like a guitar. You get up a synthesizer. The possibilities are literally endless. You can make any sound, you can make a song out of anything. And I love the flexibility that gives. And I do like combining it with physical instruments as a musician, but I just love the infinite possibilities of the genre.
Well, for me, what draws me in is that, kind of like how Aviators said, there is like endless possibilities. You can let your mind go anywhere you want and just let it take you somewhere. Your wildest imagination, you can just lay it down on a track, and you don't have to worry if you can play the guitar, if you can play the bass, if you have drummers, if you need a band, you could just do it all right there. You know, there's literally no limits, and just, it's a really great way to let your mind be free. Like, kind of like how art, you know, you don't have to, like, anyone could really do art. Anyone could take a pencil and write something down, or it's kind of like that, like you just endless imagination, just constantly going through your mind, and it's fun to take all that and make it creative. Yeah.
I don't know, I mean, just going off of what these guys said, it's that idea of like infinite possibilities. I mean, if you just like look at the history of music, every like 100 years or so, it's just been like, it's not people doing the same thing. It's people like literally inventing new instruments, doing stuff like that. And it's just gotten so crazy that now instead of having to take, you know, decades and decades into developing the new violin or something like that, you can just build something from the ground up in code. And it's not that it's easy, it's just that it's so amazingly accessible to just make something that no one has ever heard before. I think it's really inspiring, honestly.
All right, doing what it is you guys do, because again, and this relates back to genre. Have you ever thought about like branching out, doing something aside from your norm? Like I know you've attempted dubstep on more than a few occasions. Have you guys thought about like just going hardcore outside of your comfort zone and just trying something completely foreign to you?
I regrettably did that the other day, actually. I did a metal cover of his song, My Little Changeling. So that was completely acoustic, and I was not used to it at all, but I try really hard because it's boring for me to just do like dubstep. So every album that I release, I try to put as many genres as possible, and I just try to mix it up, I guess. So I guess.
Yeah, and I really appreciated what you did. It was really, I thought it was amazing. But like for me, I mean, I've grown up all over the electronic spectrum. Like I've done trance from Eurobeat a little bit. I still got to show you that song I made a while back. And you know, I really started just kind of evolving from different genres. I love to just mix and match. You know, sometimes I don't like to assign myself to genres. I don't even call it. I just call it music. Just like to do whatever. You know, I don't need to feckle whether it's over like drum and bass or dubstep. I think I should just let it roam. And something I want to learn today or any day, like anytime at all, is to how to play the piano. I've always wanted to learn that because I can't, and I really want to. And you know, maybe some score sometime. I don't know, that'd be fun.
Just like Avni said, I don't really stick to a genre. I just do it, you know. I mean, if going outside the norm for me, I'm trying trap. But it's trap. It's but yeah. But yeah, I just don't really put a title on the genre of what it is.
As far as branching out goes, you know, that's what I do. I branch out. I'm across pretty much all genres: metal, rock, electronica, dubstep, everything. And mostly that's just because I don't want to be part of a genre. I want to be a genre. You know, I want to create my own styles. I want to combine everything that I listen to into something completely new. And I don't want people to listen to that and be, oh yeah, I've heard something like that before. You know, everything I make, I want it to be completely new, and that's why I'm always trying to branch out as much as I possibly can.
I've branched out many times before. Personally, I think my last album was pretty much a whole thing of branching out, because there was like dubstep, moomba, trap, drum and bass, bro step, whatever the heck that is. That's a stupid name.
I thought it was called Dubtron.
Yeah, electro rock, and some house. It was just a little bit of everything. I'll tell you what though, I want to try some jungle. I really want to try some jungle. Right. No, I'm not going to abuse the amen break like that. I'm kidding. Yes, I am. But yeah, it's just it's fun. Branching out is fun. You know, trying to find your limits and then like finding your limits and then breaking your limits. It's just like really fun because it just kind of unveils another dimension about yourself and your talents. It's just really cool. You know, it's like Sailor Moon. Like when she does the retarded transformation sequence, she goes from a regular human being to a super kawaii Desu super fighter. Yeah.
Did you just make a reference to Sailor Moon?
That is
Are you
innovation.
saying that all musicians are Sailor Moon?
Sailor Moon is innovation. I'm gonna make a computer. I'm gonna name it Sailor Moon.
Nice. For me personally, with branching out, I have to actually really thank the fandom, because I started doing just straight hip hop, rapping over hip hop, and then I've rapped over dubstep, moombacore, rock, trance, and it's a lot of fun to see how that turns out. And there's a lot of things I do want to try as of the up and coming months.
These guys all talk about expanding on different genres. My genre's in my stinking name. I've actually done a couple different genres. As Mike mentioned, I have attempted dubstep and other forms of EDM, but I've also done rock, I've done classical, I've done a lot of different styles. I'm just not very good at them, but I at least try. I've thought about it a couple of times. It's been a little difficult for me to break out of the usual formula, and I can imagine that you guys are all very familiar with it. Intro, riff, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, riff, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, riff. It is. Well, yeah, that's what Eurobeat is. So it's been a little tricky for me to break out of that, because I'm still finding, I can do this kind of thing, but I confessedly I've felt like I've been in a bit of a rut, but I can't seem to work myself out of it. So that's something that I'm working on for now.
I'll stat on what Eurobeat said. Yeah, it's when you're used to making something and it's just kind of easy in there. Like I have like I'm really used to making like a dubstep beat with the same style, you know, kick and snare and like hi-hat patterns, and it's like I'll make a ton of like work in progresses with the same style, all different melodies, but then I just really, you know, got to break out of that. Like I have like literally just a page of work in progresses that I've never finished, but they're all the same, technically the same song, because I won't break out of that kind of like dubstep mindset. I really got to break out of that.
All right. Just from personal experience, I know a lot of us like to make really stupid songs, just songs for absolutely no reason that are so utterly ridiculous that we hope to God they never see the light of day, and God help us if they do. And I know all of you have done that at more than one occasion, so I'm going to ask you to disclose what is your stupidest song that you have never released. We're gonna start with you, Euro.
Oh, wait, never?
Okay, or you have released. Just most ridiculous song you think you have ever done, just on a whim.
One that I've never released. Oh boy, a long time ago, my brother and I worked on a track about I don't know if I can use this kind of language here, but basically like a stoner that gets arrested on the way to try to find tacos. It was over a very loose kind of Eurobeat-ish beat, but it was very much not any particular style or quality or song in the first place. But that is a thing. Also, actually my brother and I have worked on a couple of things that have never seen the light of day. We did a song for Mother's Day that I will not disclose the title of because, dear goodness, I will not live to see through that. And also a song called Days of the Week. A little self-explanatory. But so yeah, I've done a lot of stupid stuff. Well, it stands to reason I'm fairly stupid, so it kind of works.
Can you please finish this? Can you finish the Taco Stoner song, please? Can you finish the Taco Stoner song for my sake? Please do. I'll help you. Please do.
I can do that, man.
Well, actually, me and Fenning have a song we've never released or talked about ever again. We wrote it, we never recorded it, we had a beat, and basically, if you know the song, combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
That's racist.
We ponified it, and it's never going to see the light of day. No, it's not.
No, I mean, okay, who wants to listen to a song that's called combination...
Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo?
Yeah, combination Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo. Well, you ain't gonna get
You're all evil people.
Congrats.
You're horrible
okay,
people. What is
I'm
wrong with
expecting
you?
this, expecting to see a work in progress of that when I get home, so... Put Trap Seed away. Put Trap Seed away.
That is the stupidest song I ever made.
You hush, I love that song. How dare you?
Can I just say one thing? That face.
All right. I don't know. Okay. Well, of course, I have done some stupid stuff. We all have, right? Right. I tend to take music a little seriously, so there's not a lot of stupid stuff I've done. There was a song I was working on that I was actually planning on releasing. That was called "God Bless America." It was I noticed most of these songs you guys have talked about have been about food. This was about McDonald's. So I don't know. It may be released someday. I'm just kidding. It's not. Something like that. Something like that, except about hamburgers.
Well, it's stupid, but I'm still proud of it, and it's released. Gak. Yeah.
For those who follow my SoundCloud and Tumblr, you guys know that I do that stupid vocal remixes of. I did one of. Okay, I started with Eye of the Tiger, and that was the first time I actually sang in any song ever. So it was the worst thing I've ever released. And then I did Bangarang, and that just exploded on Tumblr. And then I was about to.
Never Gonna Give You Up was the best. Omni was the best.
I was going to talk about like a song. Oh, I hate my math teacher. No offense to her, I just don't like her. And what?
I thought that was the name of the song. I was like, that's kind of violent.
No, well, that should be the name of the song I'm about to talk about. But me and my friend came over, and we both don't like this teacher, and we made a vocal cover of another song, but it just included a lot of stuff about our teacher, and we just synced it up to the beat, and it was just it's viral in my school now. It's never gonna see the light of day though. So yeah.
All right. I made a GAC remix, and I hate myself for it. Yeah, no, he was supposed to rap over the GAC remix, and that would have just... shuddering. Also, I was desperate for attention and probably completely out of my mind, but during the season finale, I had a big party, and the first commercial that came on was that Puppet Monsters thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. But yeah, I started a electro swing remix of Puppet Monsters, so it was so bad, oh my gosh. It's never going to be released. It's never going to be released. Never.
Well, that was enlightening.
Excuse me, Tarby, could you say that one more time? What was that, Tarby? Could you say that one more time, dude?
You mean all of them? And I'm talking about me.
more like none of them?
Okay, so...
Excuse me, Mr. Avicii?
Oh. Okay, Mr. X-Core.
I'm sorry, what was that, Mr. Hooves Up High?
Okay, Mr. Beyond Her Tomb?
I'm sorry, listen, we already went over this last night. I have way more ammunition on you, dude.
I'm just saying.
This is not a battle you can win. Okay,
You're
I know
such a brony.
Do you really want to play this game right now?
Next!
Anyways, no, but I know a lot of you guys have worked together on more than one occasion. I would like to know who is possibly your favorite person you've ever collaborated with, if anybody at all. And if you don't have a favorite per se, who is it that you would very much like to collaborate with? And we'll start with Mr. Fenning.
Gosh dang, now I have to think about things. Crap.
Okay, then we'll start with Mr. Euro and give you 6 people's worth of time to think.
Most of the collabs I've done are really they take a long time because I'm just lazy, and I really appreciate the song that me, Ibe, and No Whacking did together, which was Amplifier, the replacement for Atomizer. And I also really love doing Monster with Aviators. That was just a ton of fun. Yeah, and hopefully I'm really looking into even though I've got like a billion more collabs on my plate and I just can't fathom to have any more, Euro, we should collab at some time. Just send me something and I'll be like, dubstep.
I'd be down.
All right, cool. Yeah.
I remember now what I was going to say. Art Attack, he's been making some trap recently. It's so good. And I don't know, I just really like rapping, so me and Art did some rap collabs, and actually I'm thinking about doing a non-pony EP just to make some trap. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So, yeah, taps. There you go.
All right, so we're going that way. Oh, I hate to pick favorites. So I'd have to pick my top 2 favorite people to collab with are Bronyfied, which is probably obvious considering I collaborate with him on almost every album and a lot of songs. And then second would be Ponywin Kenobi over there. He's an awesome guy, a lot of fun to work with. And someone I'm looking forward to collaborating with pretty soon, hopefully, is Mandopony. That's going to be awesome. And I will be collaborating with Silva Hound here pretty soon. We got to get that going.
Yeah, we do. That's almost a year ago. I kind of forgot about it.
I know, that was a while ago.
It was going to be like a Gilda song, too.
Yeah.
We probably should trash it. Yeah, and just come up with something new. Yeah. Wow. Considering my last album was mostly nothing but collabs, Wow, this is a toughie. I really like collaborating with Tomb because, you know, he doesn't do the same old. I'm not gonna do the thing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it.
You wanna be.
I'm sorry. But, you know, he's actually very versatile. Me and him are actually coming up with a trap song together that we're gonna make like later in the future. Also, Mike, I definitely really loved the collaboration you, me, and Noaking did on Pony Swag 3. That was just like really fun. And it was really good too, in my opinion. That's one of my favorite songs on the album. But me and Mando are definitely collaborating. And we'll probably get to that like after he moves to Phoenix. Who I want to collaborate with right now? No. No, not yet. But you know what? I really want to collaborate with Gray Delisle. She's a voice actress. She has a heavenly voice. She's a very good singer. I really love to collaborate with her. So yeah.
Oh boy.
You know what? I was going to say you. That's what I was going to say. I have this really sweet idea for a Eurobeat trap song.
Just show of hands on the panel. How many of you want to collab with Euro? Just show of hands. Yeah, I thought so.
No.
I said on the panel, Tarby, you don't count. You
really
had your time.
Because I tweeted like 2 months ago that I want to make a Eurobeat trap song. And I really want to see if we could do something with that.
I didn't familiarize myself with trap first because my experience with it has not been.
Oh yeah, I could.
Maybe I just haven't heard the right stuff.
Yeah, I could definitely help you out with that. But yeah.
Oh boy.
Thanks,
I gotta say, Amplifier was a lot of fun doing with Omni and No Whacking. And as for people I love working with is definitely Rhymeflow, because when me and him get in a call and we try to work on a song, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like we're just sitting there and talking. It's just a lot of fun. And as for people I want to collab with, to make it really short, every musician in this room. And a lot of other people too.
Oh boy, I haven't had too many collabs to choose from, but the few that I've had, I've just really adored and appreciated. I really appreciated working with Not a Clever Pony when we sort of had a track swap, and that was, gosh, I really just love what she did with that track. It was just beautiful, and I'm horribly sorry for what I ended up doing to her track. It just. There's only so much that I can do with perfection.
Well, you know what they say.
You can only go down from there.
You've only got one life to live, so you better live it up.
Alex isn't here. It's not funny. One that I would like to do, and actually one that is going on, I'm not going to say who it is, and you won't be able to tell who it is when I preview it tonight, later at the show, but I have one that's coming up that I'll be proud to announce when it's ready.
Yeah. Also, I really want to collab with Rena Chan one of these days. In the back over there.
Did you say that like 4 months ago? You said that 4 months ago.
So yeah, that'd be amazing. I'd love to collab. We actually got to work on something like real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, you don't say on
Two things. You, me, and a certain other pony. Archie. We have that. We have to finish that. Yeah, and one more thing. I also loved working with Rena Chan as well. I feel like she doesn't get enough credit because, like, without her, Hooves Up High wouldn't be Hooves Up High. And actually, we are working with something else, a 4-way collab. We won't spread anything about that right now, but it's awesome. Yeah.
Can we just give a hand to Rena Chan for just being completely talented and working with so many of us?
Amazing. Just
yeah.
Yep.
Credit where credit's due.
All right, to all of you guys, tentatively, where do you see yourselves in about maybe 10 years from now? Whether it be in, I see, lovely question, isn't it? A lot of you are just like, oh, crap. But a legit question, I'm going to start with Fenning just to put you on the hot spot.
Yeah, you're starting, dude. All right, I didn't know. Hopefully not in a gutter, although quite possibly, maybe. I don't know. Record sales don't go that well. I don't know. I'd love to keep doing this if it's like financially feasible. If not, I'd just love to go into business and do some financing. I know it sounds boring, but other than music, financing is fun, dude. Yes, you know it's very professional.
Oh yes, it's very professional indeed. I'm gonna be 25 in 10 years, so I would love to take this somewhere. I'm a mathematician. I
Damn,
did
look
some
out,
math
man.
before we
Friggin'
started,
basic
but,
addition skills over here.
Yeah, mathematics.
Watch out.
But I'd love to see myself, you know, like, I don't really know. I mean, I can't really predict or see myself anywhere. I just kind of do what I do and just see where that takes me, you know? Yeah. Shut up.
That's my answer.
And a big shrug from Taps.
Oh, sorry.
Just grab both. No, just grab both of them. Just grab both of them. Might as well. Go big.
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay, here we go. See, this is
go.
no.
3D sound.
You know, like Omni said, I'm just taking one day at a time. You know, seeing what opportunities present themselves. You know, right now the Brony community has been a huge launching pad for something awesome potentially. I'm going to be going to college pretty soon to learn more about music business. I'm hoping to have a career in this. So you haven't seen the last of me.
Yeah, and also, you know, a lot of us are still young. We're gonna take music pretty slowly. I mean, I assume for most of us, and like just kind of live out our childhoods, and then kind of focus on a bigger thing. Yeah, I mean, he looks freaking like 25, but he's not. No, he's like 16.
Yeah, I'm actually 16. 17. In 10 years, when I turn 18, I see myself as a big boy and a fireman. No, no.
Still at the stable.
Like, in all honesty, I don't care where I am in 10 years because I feel good in doing what I've done now. So, you know, no. But like, to be honest with myself though, I mean, I don't know, maybe just a little bit more fame. I mean, it'll get me out of this house. This much. Yeah. As long as I can inspire more people and like make more good songs and enjoy it and get rich and or die trying. And that's when I turn 18. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a big 50s. For me, in 10 years, if rapping gets me somewhere, then that's phenomenal. If it doesn't, I'll still have it as a hobby. But what I really love to do is I love to do martial arts, and I actually do teach martial arts. So I'm hoping I have my own dojo by then.
Oh
gosh. Is that why John Young Bosch is your idol, dude? I thought so. Took this guy to SAC Anime, met John Young Bosch, and he nearly just peed himself.
Oh gosh, yeah. I don't know. Music is what I love doing. There's a couple other things that I've sort of considered before, but music is really where my heart is. If I was to sort of go with the fantasy approach, I'd be like reaching out and chatting with Porter Robinson and the like, and seeing what I can work with that. Well, by the end of 10 years, I'll have at least weaned something from that. Well, yeah, it's a goal. Dude. Oh. At any rate, I'll probably be, for those of you who don't know, this is the Ausla logo. I would love to start getting some things done with Ausla, even if it's just 1 or 2 remixes. I hope to still be making music of some sort, if it's electronic, if it's acoustic, if I'm doing songwriting for some generic pop tartlet, I'll be fine. If I end up in a gutter, at least I can say that I've had an interesting life up to this point. This is the first time in about 10 years that I haven't had a solid, straight answer of what I want to be what I want to be doing 10 years from now. So I gotta figure something out.
I could see it now. Skrillex, Knife Party, Odyssey.
Odyssey and Skrillex remix of some generic pop song. Zomboy remix. Featuring Justin Bieber and Nicki Minaj.
No.
Yeah, let's just not talk about Beauty and the Beat and how half the people
Maybe you'll
up
make
here-
Skrillex into a brony, and then you guys can do like Art of the Dress V2 or something.
If I ever get a hold of Skrillex, I don't know if that'll enter the picture, but I'll see what I can do, I guess.
What if his hair is just literally inspired off of Fluttershy and you just don't know it? You know it's true.
In season 4, we discover that Fluttershy has a secret love for dubstep and produces it on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, season 4 is going to be crazy. Really quick, by the way, audience questions, you can start lining up if you want to ask these guys anything at all. But one quick last question, same thing I asked the acoustic guys before we started taking audience questions. As an electronic musician, what kind of advice could you give to aspiring musicians in the fandom, outside the fandom, in your particular genre, whatever you want? And feel free to ramble on this one, I'm not going to cut you off.
Liar.
All right. I don't know. For me, when I got into music, I had already been experimenting with getting things for free in a not so legal fashion, which I do not condone. I don't condone it at all. You should never torrent ever. It's illegal and very bad. But if you do, regardless, it's just like I already had some experience with just like downloading things and just kind of throwing them into my DAW and just working and working and working. But literally the best thing you can do, this is the best piece of advice I can give. You need to get a DAW, find some sort of synthesizer, sit down. I don't care if you have no experience. Like open up your computer, sit down, open up Google, and just work. Like make a song or something. Just like think about something that you want to do, and then just do it with Google open, and you'll find a way. And that's how you build. That's just how you build.
You know what
and
sucks?
It's not how you build.
You know what sucks? I can take a regular keyboard and plunk on the keys and be considered garbage, but John Cage can plunk on the keyboard and be considered a genius.
That does suck, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world
Something
of
to think
art.
about. Just something to think about.
Well, no, welcome to art, dude. There was that red dot painting, literally just a single red dot on a blank white canvas, sold for like $3 million.
Well, it represents the inner depth of his soul.
That was the excuse.
Yeah, my daughter did
It's
that.
everyone's excuse.
Some advice I have for beginner musicians, especially in the electronic range, is just don't think about it too. Don't overthink what you're going to make, and don't overthink what people will think about your stuff. I mean, I started out making stuff on Newgrounds, and that's just a terrible idea. Don't do that, because some of the most harsh people, the most harsh trolls, will be stalking you on that website.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes harsh criticism is good. It depends on
when
what you mean
the
by
criticism
harsh.
says you're gay, it's not very good.
I don't know. I mean, I could take some. From
0
that,
out
I
of
think.
10, you're not straight.
0 out of 10.
Yeah,
Too many rainbows, man.
No, it's like it's just work on your own personal agenda and just take it as a hobby. You know, like when I did music, I also took art on the side. You know, I love art. I love drawing, just random stuff, and I didn't just submit myself completely to music. I just worked on it on the side and just kind of grew on me. You know, and then I've never worked with any DAW other than Ableton. Like, I've never touched FL Studio. I've touched Reason once or twice, but when it was merged with Ableton, literally, like, just pick something, go with it. If you don't like it, pick something else. Ableton was just kind of right for me. I mean, also, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed to look up tutorials. Like, I hear a lot of people like, oh, you use tutorials to make this. That's not true work. No, it's you practicing. I think you should just do whatever you want to get to your goal, as long as it doesn't involve stealing. Like, if you can just make anything and just keep working at it, and then you'll eventually get somewhere. You know, listen to more music. Open up your musical range. You know, listen to artists that you don't listen to. Listen to artists that you hate. Like, I listen to Kesha. I mean, I don't like her, but like, because
Dude, she's a
I like her
legitimate-
instrumental works.
Listen,
like,
how do you not like her?
Because you secretly love Kesha.
I don't want to
She's
die
so
young.
beautiful. No, but like, take something you really hate, take something you really dislike, and then just, let's say it's a pop artist and you don't like the lyrics, remove the lyrics and just listen to the instrumental, see how producers work at it from their angle. And then, just think about how you can take everything that people like and everything that you like and just kind of mesh it all together and just keep working at it. Literally, just all you can do. Don't think about it, just keep working at it.
Do what sounds good to you. That's it.
I really like how all of Taps' answers have just been short and concise. Thank you, Taps. Can we give a round of applause for Taps, please? Just no futzing around. Just short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you.
So, my advice to musicians would be, well, since everybody's been giving starting up advice, I'll give advice for musicians who already, found their own way to get going. My advice is don't let inspiration go to waste. When you have a song idea, get it down, write it down, put it, compose it, sequence it, do whatever you have to do. Sometimes I even will just turn on my phone's recorder, I will sing a lead melody into the phone. And that helps. I'll use that later, I'll listen to it, because I don't know if this happens to other people, but I forget stuff.
That's the worst.
So, get that inspiration out, because that is the most valuable thing as a musician. You cannot waste it. You need to get it down, write what you need to write when you need to write it.
Just have fun. Seriously, just have fun. There's nothing wrong with screwing up. There's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with not being able to appeal to anybody. There's nothing wrong, with having a terrible audience. Just have fun doing it. Yeah, if you have fun doing it, you'll feel better about yourself doing it. And the better it is, the more people listen to it. But is that really what making music for you, is about? Just have fun. Like, shut up complaining. Seriously. And especially this guy named Slenderman. I know, terrible name, right? Yeah, just shut up and have fun. Seriously. I know it's harsh, but like some people just have to hear the harsh realities of it, because if you don't have fun with it, there's no use of doing it in the first place. Just enjoy yourself. Do it as a hobby if need be. Do it strictly as a hobby if need be. Just have fun and don't kill yourself over a stupid 3-minute song.
That was the most awkward and hesitant clap I've ever heard in my life.
I'm almost tired of getting the claps all the time.
You're just like,
You're so inspired.
Yeah, let's go with it. Okay, cool, yeah.
One thing I like to say in particular when people try rapping, please actually like rap. Because if you go in there and you're just like, oh, I hate rap, but I'm gonna try rapping anyway, you can tell that they don't like it. You can tell that they're not putting their heart into it, they're putting no effort into it, and they think they can just get away with not knowing at all. So if you're going to try rap, please actually have some taste of it. Actually listen to rappers, see what you like, find out what they're doing right that you enjoy, find out what they're doing wrong that you don't like, and build off of that. And that's pretty much all I have to say for that.
Every time I try to rap, it sounds like Captain Crunch.
Every time I'm hustling, rustling my muscling.
Euro, I am not even joking. I will pay you $20 to write a rap song. I am not even joking.
I'll see what I can do.
Quote me now. I will pay him $20
All right,
if you
Kickstarter,
make
let's go.
a legit rap song. Like, no help from him or anybody else. Just you write a rap song. I will pay you.
We'll see. I'll see what I can do. But my advice is, if you're, no matter what level of music you're at, if you're playing sold out stadiums, if you're just starting today, you determine your success level, not external websites, not reviews, not YouTube comments. Don't let other people shape, right, especially not. Yeah. You ultimately decide if you are doing well as a musician or not. You can compare, more objective things such as, say, mixing or whatnot, but past that, if you are satisfied with 20 subscribers and a few hundred views on YouTube, that's totally fine. If you're not content until you're playing, sold out super big venues, that's on you. Don't let anyone else say what you need to do with music unless it is in line with what you want with that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take these audience questions really quick in the last 5 minutes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I am like a huge fan of you guys. To tell you the truth, like I'm a musician myself. Now I'm not coming up here to ask you guys to go to my channel, Tiff Whitney at YouTube. I have a quick question for you guys, and that is, be it synthesizers or drums or piano or orchestra or whatever the heck, what's your favorite VST to use?
Silent VST is quite possibly the greatest synth ever made other than Massive. And I know that sounds, I know everyone's like, oh, Massive, what do you use Skrillex? But like,
It's all Skrillex uses.
It's all Skrillex uses. Massive is amazing. Silent is amazing. I, honest to goodness, have not made a song in the past year without using either Massive or Silent or both. So download it now. Go get it. It's amazing.
Legally, of course.
Legally, of course.
Always. It's a tough one. I mean, again, Massive is one of the most fluid VSTs I've ever used. Like, it's hard once you begin it, but learning it once you're in that curve and you can do it, it's just so much fun to just experiment. I honestly wish that Native Instruments would implement an update where you can actually put in your own waveforms and mess. That would be just. Oh, no, battery's a drum synth. FM8, no. Okay, whatever. But like, just it's Razor. Massive is just the most, maybe not the most complex, but it's user friendly and really really fun to just experiment and make some grimy Skrillexy synths, because that's what Skrillex that's all he uses. Yeah, it's Massive. Yeah, just Massive.
That's it. All his vocal samples are also Massive. Modern talk.
Fami Synth and Massive.
Well, I don't qualify for this question because all I use is Nexus ever. That's all I use all the time. All is Nexus. No, I'm kidding. I do. Yeah, I do use Nexus occasionally. I will admit to that. I have to agree with those guys on Massive. Massive is so flexible and so good. It's just one of the best VSTs out there. Useful for anything.
Like, I like Massive, but it's just not really me.
Hipster.
Me is like microchords and like my opinion, like Silent may be just a little bit better than Massive in terms of the range of different kind of sounds that it can make. I'm also a really, you know what? I think my favorite VST right now is Zeta. I think that's my favorite one right now. But Lavender Harmony, who's another musician, showed me this really, really good microchord. What's the word? Emulator. It's a really nice looking microchord emulator that's just like off the chain. That I really wanted. But yeah, Maps is okay. My personal favorite right now is Zeta. Zeta and Silent.
Short and sweet answers, guys. We got 3 minutes.
I like Triple Osk. This is good. So.
For one, I like it's not a VST, but I like to use Audition 6 for vocals and pen and paper.
If you're just starting out and you want just a really flexible thing, people have all lauded Massive, good for that. If you want to get into a little bit deeper area of synthesis, I recommend FM8 or any sort of FM synthesis. If you're an absolute nut job, you want Reactor. Because you can build your own synths from that. You can literally build them from the ground up. If you have the time and the complete lack of sanity to work with Reactor, the world is at your fingertips. Except for, actually no, you can even build samplers. So literally, the world is at your fingertips, musically.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi everybody, my name is Danny. Oh my god, I hate my voice. I just want to say I love your guys' music. In fact, I play it so much it'd probably get worn out on cassette tape. Especially yours, Aviators. One Last Letter. Love it. Thank you.
I had a question about how you guys find your sounds for making music, because I always like to try to make music, but I can never find the right kind of like kick or hi-hat or just even synthesis sounds.
Sometimes you gotta make them.
Yeah, that's the sad truth. Is like, as fun as sample packs are to. Well, I mean, it can be tedious. Like sometimes you would be frustrated working on an hour on like one sound, and you're like, this is just not going anywhere.
Yeah, but see, the thing about making your own drums is that you can literally fine tune each and every, like from the beginning snap of the sub bass to the high pitch snap that goes along with it, and you know, just tweaking each and every little frequency until it's like a perfect kick. You know, it can be fun sometimes. You know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun. It's just like it can be tedious, like trying to find the sounds and make that. Like, me personally, I'm trying to stick away from Vengeance, as they have like a humongous load of samples, and a lot of them are good layers, but they're overprocessed in my opinion. I would use go to Prime Loops. They have some pretty good stuff. Prime Loops is really nice. Yes. Other than that, yeah, if you really do want to get into like, you know, making your drums sound crisp and clear, outside of the samples, I would use like it's also a lot of mastering is involved to make your drums sound much better than normal. Like when I'm making music, I'll have a mix, and I keep my stuff at a very low volume so I can hear the whole mix and not just have everything over. I used to have it all compressed and, you know, limited at such extreme amounts that it was loud on my end, and I was like, oh, this is fine. But no, keep it low, and then when you're onto the mastering stage, boost it up, and you know, keep it low too.
Quick question: how far are you like starting a music career? Are you into one, or sort of how far along are you on that journey?
I mean, I've made a couple songs, but I'm not that far in. I'm just really truly starting.
Okay, Prime Loops was mentioned. That's a good one. I am personally a little bit of a sucker for Vengeance samples from time to time. What am I looking for? Basically, if you can score the sounds of, or if you're rich enough, the actual drum machines of a Roland TR-808 or 909, you're already that much further along. Yes. Roland 808 909, and you are.
Also, Deadmau5 made a sample pack with Everfree, and it sounds great. And also, I don't know why, but no one ever brings this up, but Boy in a Band makes the most amazing free sample packs. I mean, like, if you know what to do with those sounds, they're really good. Just to, like, they're good nuts and bolts. Just to get started, go to Boy in a Band, download the sample packs. They're really good.
Honestly, drum samples are just, there's really no way to, like, I mean, there's a billion possibilities that you can do with just a bunch of samples, but like, you know, you can create them from all sorts of in all sorts of ways. Like I know a person, this is a pretty popular tutorial on trying to recreate like a Skrillex snare. He used FM8 to make a Skrillex snare, and it actually sounded really good. There's again, it's all about trial and error, experimenting, and just going with what your ear goes. And mastering is really, really important. Like, there's a huge difference. If it sounds crappy before you master it, just try, just like, you know, experiment and then raise the volume, master it a little bit, and then listen to it, and then it's just a huge difference. It's
now if it sounds crappy before you master it, it's a mixing problem.
Well, yeah, but like, if it sounds too low or anything, mastering can just really boost that up.
Yeah, but see, you don't boost it up until you finish mixing. And see, all you do is turn your computer volume up, and you mix at that level. Try not to mix. Okay, well, I don't want to go too far, but yeah, just don't mix too low, because too low, everything sounds muddy when you master it. I'd say between like -3 and -10 decibels.
I -7. -7 is pretty good.
Okay, I do -6. But yeah, that's something that you'll get into later in the future.
Personally, if it's someone in the fandom and there's a certain song that has a certain sound you want, just ask. Just ask that person. It's really that simple, like, personally.
Except don't be
okay.
Don't be like
Yeah,
too forward
you,
about it. Like, hey, can I have this sound, Mr. Alex S? And because I've seen too many people do that.
Or try to emulate it, or try your best to emulate it.
Yeah,
like, personally, like, I like the way Mike and Lowell's vocals sound, so I just go and ask them what they do.
Yeah, Ibe over here has gotten some great experience from him, just simply asking, you know, some advice. Like,
I gotta cut it there, guys. We're way out of time.
Wow, you lied to us.
No, I said 5 minutes.
Okay,
That's
cool.
why I said 3 minutes, short, concise answers.
I told you would cut us off, didn't I? Didn't I? You owe me $10. You owe me $10.
No, I told you guys short, concise answers. Anyway,
but
this
you
has
said
been
you
the
wouldn't cut us
electronic musicians, everybody.
Guys, could we give a round of applause to the Living Tombstone for emceeing this? Thank you, Living Tombstone. Yoav, you're great.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your convention. I gotta talk to these guys.